All right. Does anyone have a question they want to kick it off with? I'll make sure we're framed up. Abraham, you can kick it off. Go ahead.
Hey Jonas, thank you for the time. Could you just talk us through what it was like to watch the game, not necessarily on the sidelines, and did you enjoy that experience?
That's a good question. You know what, parts of it, I think it really was a game of two halves. I think we came away from the first half quite disappointed with our performance in being like we have higher standards on ourselves in the way we should build up through Portland's pressure. We should be better in our attacking transitions. While we thought our defending organization was solid and there was a lot of good things there, like attacking wise, we have a lot higher demands on ourselves. Then obviously the game changed drastically with having a player sent off, and we needed to adapt to that. And the second half, I think, was a real display of grit and determination and passion from the team in just how much it means to us, and that part filled me with a lot of pride in the way that we took on a really adverse situation and tried to make the best out of it. And I mean, we were basically one kick away from getting the 3 points. So in a perfect world, that's how it would have ended. But I can't fault the determination and passion and the commitment in the second half. And I think that's really something we can build on.
How important is it to see that kind of grit and determination from your team?
I think it's a massive ingredient if you want to be a successful team, that you need to have that. Then of course you need to have quality in what you're doing as well. But I don't think you just can do with one or the other. You need both. So I think that was really good, and it sets the standards for us as a team, how we handle those situations going forward, and what our baseline is from a work rate perspective, from a culture perspective, and that was a real positive.
Thank you.
Uh,
Thank you.
Tony, you got anything? Go ahead.
Yes, thank you, Jonas. With now going into the season, there's obviously more film on your team, just as there is enough of plenty of film on your opposing teams. As you go through the season, how do you build and really prepare for upcoming games, knowing that there is a play style that you're sticking to, while also paying attention to how the other teams are moving into their own play style?
Yeah, I mean, of course, we see in some games, and this is a good learning opportunity for us, is be like Portland obviously adapted and did some things differently that they haven't done really like that so far this season against us, because they felt they needed to do that in their defense to deal with our structure. So that that's obviously good for us, talking about being like more mature as a team, because we get exposed for new situations and that forces us to adapt and to become better. I mean, we do the same thing. We also look at the opponent, and sometimes we adapt things, and sometimes we feel like our way can be good enough to deal with their structure and the problems that they try to cause the opposition. So I think this is what makes the game interesting. It's very dynamic, and teams will adapt. And I think as a complement to some things we've been doing, I think we have to expect that the teams will be adapting to solve that. And it just means that we need to create San Diego Wave 2.0 version of dealing with those situations.
And then as you see Kimmi Ascanio developing into this new striker role and just really kind of coming into her own, how fun is it to really be able to see that growth day to day and pay dividends as she herself is a very young player as well?
Yeah, I think Kimmy as an player, I think she's very talented. I think she combines that talent with a really good work ethic. She works so incredibly hard every single day in practice, and I think that's a really important um, characteristics of any young player that wants to develop into being a top player. Then right now we've been playing her as a 9, but with Kimmi, I see she can fit a lot of different positions in the way that we play, and I think time will tell what position she will sort of make as her own.